Hello students, good morning. Today we shall start unit 3 of your book, and unit 3 is production. Okay, we shall start the chapter production. In production we shall come across the marginal productivity theory, the isoquants, the production functions, the technical progress, and many other things which we shall cover in due course. So, first of all, what is production? Production, as you all know, we have already read production in semester 1. Production is the creation of utility with the help of 4 factors of production, right? Production is creation of utility with the help of 4 factors of production. So the 4 factors are land, labor, capital and organization. With the help of these 4 factors, we go to create utility. We go to transform the physically the product from some other source. That is, we bring a physical transformation of a product from one stage to other stage. In this process, we create utility. Okay, so production is the creation of utility with the help of 4 factors of production. The 4 factors are land, labor, capital and organization. This we have already read in semester 1. Now, before we go to production function, you must have a little knowledge about the different cost of production. So let's first discuss a few cost of production, though we shall discuss it later in our later classes in unit 4, but still you need to know some ideas about the cost of productions. Now, the cost of production is an important concept chapter of production chapter. You know, when we transform a product from one particular stage to another stage, we add utility, we add value, and in this process we incur some costs. So the costs, without cost there can be no production. So let's see what are the types of costs we come across in the production process. Okay, so let me write cost of production. So this is cost of production. Let me tell you 4-5 costs which we need to know before we go into the production chapter. The first is, let's say, accounting cost. Accounting cost is also known as monetary cost or nominal cost. The cost which is incurred in terms of money, the cost which enters into the accountant's register is called the accounting cost, because every single rupee also spent for production purpose enters into the accountant's register. That is the cost incurred for raw materials, cost incurred for purchase of the semi-finished products, purchase of plants, machineries, equipments, tools, the cost of the payment of the staff, the cost of the salaries, the cost of the transport. All these costs which are measured in terms of money and which is includes in the accountant's register is called accounting cost, right? Second, let's say implicit cost. We have 2 types of cost, implicit and explicit cost. Implicit cost and explicit cost. Now, whatever I said in accounting cost, that is equal to explicit cost. The cost which is incurred in terms of money, the cost which enters into the accountant's register is called explicit cost. Now, what is implicit cost? Implicit cost is the cost which is never expressed in terms of money, because this cost is incurred, but the value of the cost, the amount of the cost is not added in the accountant's register. It is not expressed in terms of money. Then what is this type of cost which is incurred in the production process but doesn't enter into the accountant's register? What type of cost it is? Now this is the cost which is kept hidden, though it is made, but it is hidden, concealed. And the price of the factor is not given to the factor owner in this case. Now this cost is called implicit cost. Now let's take the example of some factors which are owned by the entrepreneur himself. It is the cost which the entrepreneur spends or incurs in the process of production, but is not given the price of the cost. Let's take the example of an entrepreneur who has his own land. Now because the entrepreneur has his own land, he establishes his industry on his own land, he doesn't take any rent. If the entrepreneur himself, producer himself, acts as a manager, he works, he gives his full time to manage his industry, but he doesn't take any remuneration for that. Let us say the producer invests his own money in production. Now if he would have taken the money from the bank, he would have given some rent. If the producer would have taken land on rent, he should have given the rent. And if he would have engaged a manager to look after his production, he would have given him salary. In this case, he does nothing like that. So he spends his own money, he gives his own land for production, he himself engages as a manager, so he doesn't take any remuneration. Now all these costs are hidden in the in process of production. So these costs are called implicit cost, which the producer doesn't take. It doesn't include in the total cost of the farm. So this is called imputed or implicit cost. Okay. So implicit cost, explicit cost. Next we can come to economic cost. Now economic cost means the total amount of cost incurred in production process, whether it is implicit or explicit. Okay, so we can say implicit and explicit cost taken together is called economic cost. As I told you just that implicit cost is not added, but explicit cost is added. So if you add all these two costs together, both explicit cost and implicit cost, both accounting cost, monetary cost, as well as the hidden cost of the producer taken together, it constitutes the economic cost. Right? Number 5, opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the cost of the next best alternative foregone. Opportunity cost is the cost of the next best alternative foregone. As you know that a producer has limited resources, so when he uses his resources for one use, at the same time he cannot use the same resource for another use. Therefore he has to choose the best option before him to invest his money. So if he invests in one source in one way, he cannot invest the same money, same resource for other wage. Now the wage that he lives is at the opportunity cost of the way that he uses. So I told it that opportunity cost is the cost of the next best alternative foregone. Next best alternative which you forego, which you leave for production of one item, that cost is called opportunity cost. Take the example of a plot of land. Take the example of a house. Suppose I give my house on rent to X. X gives me 10,000 rupees per month as rent. Now there is another person Y. I didn't give it to Y. But if Y would have taken the house, he would have given me 12,000 rupees per month. So my best alternative was to give to X, so I gave it to X. In this case, Y was foregone, Y was left out. Now had I given it to Y, I would have got 2,000 more extra money. So here Y is the opportunity cost of X. Okay, so opportunity cost is the cost of the next best alternative foregone. 6 is fixed versus variable cost. Fixed versus variable cost. Fixed cost, as is very simple, fixed cost refers to the fixed or the fixed cost which do not change in the production process. Some cost remain constant in the production process, doesn't change, and this cost is called fixed cost. Take the example of machineries, tools, plants, equipments, factory building, all these are fixed. Whether you produce small amount or large amount, this cost doesn't alter. So this is called fixed cost. And variable cost is a cost which varies. Vary means change, which changes according to the degree of production. If you produce little amount of production, naturally the variable cost is less. If you produce more amount, the variable cost is more. So variable cost changes with production, and if you produce zero amount, the variable cost is also zero. So fixed cost remain constant, whereas variable cost varies or changes with production degree, production amount. Okay, but remember, this fixed cost and variable cost dichotomy, or as you say difference, is found only in short period. Only in short period, fixed cost remain constant, variable cost only changes. But in the long period, there is no difference, there is no dichotomy between fixed cost and variable cost, because in long period all costs are variable. We cannot say that a certain cost is fixed. In long run, every cost is variable. 7. Average cost. Average cost means the ratio of the total cost to total output. We can say it is equal to total cost by total output. If my total cost is 1000 rupees and total output is 100, then average cost is 10 rupees. Average means always total by the number. So total cost by total output is average cost. And what is marginal cost? Marginal cost means the cost of the last output produced, or the cost of producing the last output is called the marginal cost. We can say that marginal cost is the addition made to the total cost due to production of an extra unit of output. When you produce an extra unit of output, how much extra cost is incurred? That extra cost is called the marginal cost. Margin means the last. So marginal cost means the cost of the last unit of output produced. That is the cost or the addition made to the total cost due to the production of an extra unit of output. That extra unit of output produced incurs some cost, and that cost is called the marginal cost. Okay, so these are the 6 or 8 type of cost which you need to know. You need to know about this cost before you go to the production chapter. Okay, next time we shall discuss the production function directly, where we need to know. So before that we need to know about this cost, therefore I told you today. Next time directly we shall come to the production functions, right? So as you know that I have completed my plus 2 course, so I will now concentrate only on plus 3, that is on code 5. So get ready. I will send at least 3-4 videos per week, and we shall try to complete this paper very soon, within a month. Okay, thank you very much.